I am also grateful to the Russian journalist and director Elena Yakovich, who told of how in 2013, during the shooting of her biographical film about Grossman, the FSB, the successor to the KGB, finally released the arrested manuscripts of Life and Fate to the public domain. My deepest thanks go to the Memorial International, a Russian human rights organization in Moscow, to the late historian and human rights activist Arseny Roginsky, with whom I discussed parts of this book, to Irina Shcherbakova of Memorial International, who recommended literature on Stalin's repressions, and to Svetlana Fadeeva, who suggested using the drawings of Tomas Zgovio, former Gulag inmate, American artist, and author of Dear America, Why I Turned Against Communism. Tatiana Goryaeva, director of the Russian State Archive of Literature and Art, and other curators of this archive, have accommodated my research over the years. I am equally grateful to curators of the V.I. Dahl State Museum of the History of Russian Literature, State Literary Museum, for permission to reproduce Grossman photographs from their rich collection. My special thanks go to Alexei Nevsky, the museum's deputy director, Vasily Visokolov, head of the photo department, and Yevgenia Varentsova, head of the manuscript department, who accommodated my research concerning the final draft of Life and Fate. I am indebted to my husband Wilfred for his editing, shared interest, and unfailing support for my book, which took years to produce. And I'm grateful to my editor at Yale University Press, Jaya Chatterjee, and copy editor Robin Dublanc for their faith in my project and hard work. Finally, this book would have been impossible without grants from the Canada Council and the Saskatchewan Arts Board. A number of important translations and studies have become available in the West within the last decade or two. These include Frank Ellis's Vasily Grossman, The Genesis and Evolution of a Russian Heretic, and Carol and John Gerard's biography, The Bones of Berdichev, The Life and Fate of Vasily Grossman. Robert and Elizabeth Chandler have made superb translations of Everything Flows, a collection of Grossman's short prose, The Road, and an Armenian sketchbook. Having brought Life and Fate to the English-speaking reader, Robert Chandler is also about to launch his translation of the novel For the Right Cause. It will appear under Grossman's original title, Stalingrad. Antony Beevor's remarkable book, A Writer at War, explores Grossman's writings and the notebooks he kept as a war correspondent. The author's expert commentaries deepened my understanding of A Writer at War. As Patrick Finney points out, the multifaceted character and richness of Grossman's work explains why historians, philosophers, political theorists, and Holocaust scholars have turned to Grossman for the insights of unparalleled acuity and sensitivity that he offers into some of the central horrors of the totalitarian century, from the Stalinist terror of the 1930s to the brutal Eastern Front warfare of the Second World War to the Holocaust. Grossman's account of the war and the Stalingrad battle informed Beevor in his best-selling history Stalingrad. Timothy Snyder employed Grossman as a source in Bloodlands, Europe between Hitler and Stalin. Earlier, the complete Black Book of Russian Jewry Grossman and Ilya Ehrenberg had edited appeared in English. Its publication prompted further research. Drawing from the previously suppressed archival material of the Jewish Anti-Fascist Committee, Ilya Altman and Joshua Rubinstein published The Unknown Black Book, The Holocaust in the German-occupied Soviet territories. It would be impossible to name all the numerous scholars who have published papers that contribute to our understanding of the writer, among them Polly Zavadivka, who translated Grossman's article Ukraine Without Jews, Maxim Schreier, who wrote articles on Grossman, the Holocaust resistance and Soviet memory of the Shoah, and David Feldman and Yuri Bit-Yunan, who have contributed biographical studies published in Russian. Introduction. Vasily Grossman began Life and Fate, a powerful anti-totalitarian novel, when Stalin was still alive. Back then he had no prospect of publication,